meantime, I've actually been learning a little bit more about Coast Watch. So I'm joined now by Karin and Joe. How are you getting on, guys?
Very well. Amazing festival. Really super.
Great, isn't it? Actually, a great day for it also. So tell us anyway a little bit about Coast Watch. So what do you do?
We do lots of things. One of the things, which is where we get our name from, is the Coast Watch survey, where it's a citizen science project where we get volunteers to go out and survey 500 meters of shore, so half a kilometer, easy to do, go up once, go down once at low tide, and every autumn. And it's going to come up to our 30th anniversary this autumn. And we used to fight Dublin City Council like mad in the early days. And now we're friends, so we want to have every corner of the Dublin City area covered. So we're really looking for people to take on these little blue and white lines. They're 500 meters each. And you just survey it once, and you look at like an audit of your house before guests come. To look at all sorts of different things, including a survey form like that, little pictures to show you what you might find. And we also do training workshops. So at our stand today, we are signing people up and telling them about it. And then we also have some lighter things.
Wow, beautiful. Yeah, so I can see all these lovely shells here. So do you want to give us a little bit of a demonstration on what you find at the beach?
So Dublin area is particularly interesting because it has every type of shore, from mud to sand to cobble to gravel to rock. And because of that, you've got all different and ups and downs, many different types of animals and plants, huge variety of mollusks. And Dublin City Council so we asked people to just give us pictures of what they find, and we photographed that. I think there's another poster over there, into bivalves, the ones which have two valves, two sides, we're like that, like a bicycle bi, and the gastropods, which are like snails. And we have the two sides of a poster here. So people can find, on maybe a quick beach visit, 10, 20 minutes, you might find Dublin Bay or Sutton, 21, 22 species.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a huge amount.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were telling me as well about this. This apparently is like the only moss or seaweed that's actually named after a country, I believe.
That's right. This is Irish moss. Now, obviously, it doesn't look like that when it's growing. It has been bleached a little bit.
Yeah, it's quite colourful.
Yeah, you come from Cork.
That's right.
The old men used to have it in their pockets and they take it out when they get hungry and munch on it.
Oh, really? Wow. Because I was saying there beforehand, actually, that, the smell of seaweed when it comes up on the shore seasonally is just beautiful. So obviously, I mean, what would you say are the most popular beaches in Dublin to find such beautiful shells and bits and bobs?
Seaweeds as well. Well, you find the seaweeds after storms, swept up, or at low tide. If you go, for example, Rush has mostly, that platform, rock platform.
Yes.
Amazing diversity. It even has Longissimus, the longest worm, sea worm which exists.
Never heard of that. Say it again, Longissimus.
Yeah, something Longissimus. He's the longest sea worm. He goes up to 15 meters long. That's longer like a normal house.
That's crazy.
It's like a hose passing you. Go, 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 go.
Like a python snake or something.
It is, yes. We don't just do nice things, like showing people how nice things are, but we also try and look at coastal zone management and issues where citizens can play their part with public participation, like Joe has done some fantastic work.
Yeah, absolutely, because I suppose everyone always tends to go for, stroll on the beach on a Sunday and whatnot, so they might as well make the most of their time as well and discover these things and then take photos and give them to you. So yeah, tell us about your part.
Well, my part came in 1999 when we were set up to protect Dublin Bay in relation to 52 acres of infill with the Dublin Port Company. And we were told at the time that you will never beat the Port Company. But we were passionate, we were volunteers, and that's how I met Karin. But subsequently, in that 10 or 11 years, we ended up in the European Court of Justice. And the case was won on our part against the Irish authorities, that they failed to protect Dublin Bay. And that's where we came into, that's where I met Karin. But I mean, the Port Company have recently said that they're abandoning their application to infill any more of Dublin Bay after that. But we were told at the very start, you will not beat the Port Company, they're too big. It was like a David and Goliath. But we went all the way, and the Irish authorities, if they hadn't have complied with Europe, they would have been fined millions a day. So they had to redo the whole special protection area in Dublin Bay, and that's where I came in. That's where I met Karen. So Karen would be the expert in all the bits and pieces.
Fantastic.
I was just, because we live in Clontarf, I mean, I go back to 1771. That's where my ancestors go back in Clontarf.
Wow.
So that's how far we go back. So we grew up on Dollymount Beach. We go down there.
Beautiful beach as well.
Oh, it is, yeah, every day of the week. And now, unfortunately, fortunately, thank God, there's no cars allowed on it anymore because of an incident there a couple of years back.
Do you want to just show the oyster? Well, this is only one side of the oyster, but last autumn in the Coast Watch survey, kids found live native oysters
Wow.
in that area which was to be infilled. So it's very, very special.
It's amazing.
Absolutely fantastic. A capital city which has lobsters running around in it, and now some native oysters.
We're so blessed here in Ireland with the beaches and everything.
We have such an area, 5 kilometres from Dublin, from the city centre. It's the jewel in the crown. There would be countries in Europe would give their right teeth for it.
Absolutely.
We do away with it. And that's, I mean, you can't beat the work of volunteers. You really and truly can't.
No, you can't.
No, because they're fighting for the heart, not for money.
And here in St. Anne's Park as well, you can find your stall. So yeah, do sign up. It's well worth the cause. And yeah, I mean, you might as well make the most of your pastime. So now I'm going to throw you over to Ed, who's actually going to talk to a couple of people about the Dublin Transport.